Hi all, it's Aisha here, and today I'm going to share with you a basic tutorial on creating a virtual classroom in Google Slides. There's lots of information that I can share with you, so please let me know if I don't cover something in this video or provide some information that you need. I'm happy to help. If you are really new to this, you might consider actually opening this video in one window or on one device and then opening another window or a window on another device and trying it out as the video goes along. That way you can pause the video whenever you need or rewind it a little bit as you're trying things. So, step one, if you're like me, I'm seeing that I have the wrong photo here. The first thing that you need to do is make sure that you're in the correct Google account. So I'm going to make sure I'm in my BCACS account. And then I'm going to click the waffle here in the top right-hand corner. And from that waffle, I'm going to choose Google Slides. The next step is to choose a blank slide. We're going to make a new presentation. And whenever you have a blank slide come up, it's going to give you an opportunity to populate the themes. You can just close that out. And you can also get rid of these text boxes because we're not going to be using those. You're just going to click right on it, and once it's highlighted blue, hit the delete button on your keyboard. My next step is going to be to create a background for my slide. So I'm going to go right here to the word background on my toolbar. Click that, and you're going to see that you have a couple different options. You can choose just to create a solid color background if you'd like, or you can click choose image. When you choose an image, you've got lots of choices again. You can upload an existing photo that you have on your whatever device you're using to create this. You can take a photo with your camera. You can use a photo from Google Drive, so on and so forth. I know a lot of teachers like to take a picture of their physical classroom or a picture of their physical teaching wall with their dry erase board, and you could absolutely do that. Today what we're going to do is do a Google image search, and I'm going to make my background a brick wall. So I'm just going to type in the words brick wall, and you're going to see you get lots of different choices. I'm going to scroll down to, well, let's see, I think I'd like a darker wall today, so I think I'm going to choose this one right here. And once I've selected my image, I'm going to click done. On top of this brick wall, I would like my virtual classroom to look like a dry erase board so that when my students access this and log in, I'm going to be able to have a space where I can leave a daily message for them. I can create buttons so that they can go to other websites or videos or other pages that I've created. So I need to look for a way to insert a whiteboard on this page. I'm going to go up here to the Insert button on the toolbar, and I'm going to click Image. You'll see that when I float my cursor over image, I've got more choices again, very similar to what we had when we were doing the background. What we're going to do today is search the web, and I'm going to look for an image of a whiteboard. I learned that if you type the word transparent first, then sometimes you can get away with not having to use something to remove the background of your photo, which I can show you how to do that too. But today we're going to search transparent, and I think we're going to use this whiteboard right here. I'm going to click on that image, and you're going to see it inserts it into our slide. I'd like it to be a little bit bigger than this to fill almost the whole slide, so I'm just going to stretch this out. I'm also going to hit this crop button up here so that, I'm going to click off of that so that it's cropped so that I can stretch it this way as well. Okay, so we've got our background, we've got our whiteboard. The next thing that I want to do is I want to create some buttons for my students so that they kind of have an idea that, oh, if I click on this, it's going to take me to this. I like to do that by inserting shapes. So I'm going to go up here to the shape icon. I'm going to click on that, and I like the rectangles with the rounded corners, so that's what I'm going to choose. I'm going to draw one of those right on my whiteboard. And then I don't really like the way that white on white looks for my students here. I don't think it pops enough for them. So I'm going to go to the fill color icon, and I think I'm going to choose a red because we're going to make this a red and white tiger's board. The other thing that I like to do while I'm here, I'm going to click, I think I can get by there with these 3 buttons, where it says Format Options. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to select Drop Shadow. That just helps whatever you're creating and pasting in your virtual classroom to pop out a little bit more. Then I'll close that. I'm going to click inside my button that I just created, and I'm going to type some different subjects. I'm going to select that text, go up to the font, and I like margarine, so we're going to use margarine here. I'm going to increase the font size. I'm going to make it bold. And I'm also going to center my text in the button that I created. The reason that I do all of that first is because I want my board to look uniform. So now I can click on that button, hit the Command and C keys on my keyboard, and then Command and V, and that has copied and pasted my button. And I'm going to do that a couple of times. Now I've got 3 buttons that are uniform in size. I know that the font and the text is going to be the same, and I can just change what's inside the button for the students. Let's make this one Theology. V-O-L-O-G. It's been a long day, you guys. I can see that that one's going to be a little big, so I'm going to change the font size on that. All right. I'm even going to get really fancy so they don't look all the same. I'm going to change the font color, and I'm going to change the color of the inside so that that button sticks out a little bit more. Okay, so great. Now we have these buttons. What do we do with them? You can link different things to these buttons, and I'll show you in a little bit at the end of the video how I do mine for the music room. But you can link videos to these, you can link other slides to these, you can link websites to these. And so I happen to hear in our staff meeting a lot of you say that you're using Big Ideas Math. So we're going to link Big Ideas Math right to this math button. I'm going to select the button. You can see that it's selected because it's got the blue highlight around it. I'm going to go back up to that insert button again, and I'm going to scroll down till I get to link. When I click on link, you're going to see that a spot opens up for us to attach a link to this math board. I'm going to go here to the Big Ideas Math login, where I'm hoping that's what your students use to log in. It might be a different spot, but I'm going to go ahead and copy the URL by again hitting Command and the letter C. I'm going to go back to my virtual classroom, and I'm going to hit Command V, and that is going to link the Big Ideas website login page to that math button, so that when my students click that, it takes them right to the spot where they need to be. If you wanted to, you could also insert a text box right up above with an explanation that says, click below to access your lesson for the day. I will say, if you only attach one lesson to each button or icon or whatever you choose, it becomes a lot of work for you because you'll have to change those out every day. So I'm also going to show you in my own classroom how I get around that so that I'm not having to get rid of links and put new links every single day or every single lesson, because that's a lot of work. I also would like to insert a welcome area for my students. So I'm going to go up here to my text box, And I'm going to create a text box that says, you know, maybe it says, welcome to my classroom with your specific name, or I'm going to put welcome Tigers. And that's kind of a boring font, so I'm going to change that to something that looks like my handwriting on the board. I might also change the text color. Let's make that red too. I'm going to make it a little darker red because sometimes this red is difficult to see when it's text. I always try to take some time and think about if kids are going to be able to, kids and adults are going to be able to read things clearly. I'm going to change where that is because right over here, I think that we're going to insert one more photo. We're going to go up to Insert again, Image, select Image and search from the web. And why don't we do a transparent red tiger paw? And we're getting lots of different choices here. And I believe that I must not have used the word tiger before. Let's try that. There we go. We're going to use a tiger paw right down here. Sorry, you can probably hear my family behind me. All right, we'll use this one instead. Sometimes even though you use the word transparent, it isn't really transparent. And again, I'm very happy to show you how to remove the background on photos. It's actually pretty easy to do. Okay, I'm going to insert one more, actually two more text boxes. I might include in my text box the date, day and date. Let's see, Monday, I think we go back November 30th for my students, just like I would in my classroom. And then, hello friends, I can't wait to see you in our class meetings today. All right, so I might leave them a little message. If there was something in particular that I needed to be sure to share with them that day, I might put that in this box. You're going to notice that I didn't do the welcome and this box in the same text box, and that's because I know I want to change this out, but this I'm probably going to leave the same. If you put it all in one box, sometimes changing things around gets really difficult with spacing and things like that. Okay, all right. One more thing I was thinking about, I'm going to take a text box here and I'm going to type in the time of our class Zoom meeting. And maybe we would have more than one if we were going to. I could very easily hit Command C again and Command V, copy and paste those. Oh, that did not want to work. We're going to go back and try it again. Do you see how I have a blinking cursor in this box? You don't want that. If you do, it pastes the last thing that you were working on. I learned that the hard way. So I'm glad that happened so that you guys could see that. Command C, Command V, and then I can move that right down here and change the time. Let's say that meeting's at 2 and we're going to do math. You can attach your Zoom links directly to these text boxes. And then that way, your students don't have to go, your adults or students don't have to go to their email to access the Zoom link. They can just log into your virtual classroom page. They can click right there. If you're concerned that they might not know to do that, you could say, click the links below to access our meetings. And you would link your meetings to that. You could change the font, make it as fancy or simple as you wanted. you just make your link, you just attach your Zoom meeting link the same way we did the Big Ideas math site. You're going to make sure that that's highlighted blue. You're going to go up to Insert. You're going to click Link, and then you will just copy and paste your Zoom meeting link into this spot, and then your families will be able to access it all from right here. Okay? All right. So, one thing that I like to do is I like to keep my lessons rather than changing things out. I just add a new lesson each time. That way my students can go back and access any activities that we've done previously. Also, it makes it a lot easier for me because I can just be adding things rather than, oh goodness, did I delete that lesson from the other day? So I'm going to show you how I do that. I've been doing Christmas music and Christmas lessons with the students, and so I've got lessons 1 and 2 already linked here in this slide, but I want to link lesson 3. I want to link another slide. So I'm going to go here to my slide that I've already created, and this is also how you're going to be able to share your virtual classroom with your families. You're going to go to the File button in your toolbar. You're going to click File, and you're going to scroll down to Publish to Web. The first time you do it, it's going to ask you if you really want to publish it. Tell it yes. Don't worry about any of this other stuff here because we're not really creating a slideshow. We're just creating a slide. This is your URL for your page. The great thing about this is rather than sharing your page like we would if you were creating a Google Doc or something like that, like we do between our staff, the difference is nobody can adjust it. Nobody can accidentally click a photo or click an icon or whatever and move it around or accidentally delete a link that you have. By doing it this way, things are static. They can click on your icons and get to where you want them to be, but they can't accidentally delete or adjust anything. So you are going to highlight this, hit Command-C again, your best friend. Go back to the slide that you would like to insert the link. Make sure that it's highlighted blue. Insert, link, Control-V, paste your link right in your slide. Okay, so right here, we're going to go to File, Publish to the Web. It's going to ask us if we really want to publish it. We really do. And then it gives us a link. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm always happy to help. See you later.